Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 here with Rangers. We're about to take on Spartak Moscow away in Moscow, carrying of course that 6-1 lead from the first game. You know what that means, we'll be ringing the changes. Houston's in here for Byram as well as McCrory in for Fulton. Ivanildo Fernandez will replace Denswell. Riedel will continue despite the fact he may be leaving the club soon. Interest from some big teams for him. Mitchell will start ahead of Edelman, but Jonas comes in for Fassi. Gallagher in for Molina. Chiacherry out for Mabude. We're going to have Darren Graham in for Morelos. We'll take Chiacherry off the bench for Lewis Davidson. Christian Paez will come in for Andre Horta. And we're pretty much going to go with that. We'll take Byram off the bench for Sebastian Young, I suppose. And that'll be the squad. McCrory, Riedel, Fernandez, Wallace, Houston, Mitchell, Paez, Jonas, Mabude, Graham and Gallagher. So here we go. It's going to be a tough test for these boys here. I'm just hoping that 5-goal cushion is enough to make sure that we still win the game. We could lose here. We could lose 2-0, 3-0 even. Mabude pinching it early. Gallagher tries to return it, but Pinto can clear it. It looks like they'll probably survive that little early scare. Good play by Gallagher though to grate something of a chance early on. And Jonas giving away the foul there on Sobiek. Did he play for Celtic in this save? Yeah, he did. I had a feeling I remembered him playing for Celtic. Artur Sobiek there. They're playing a very narrow system actually, Spartak there. They do have fullbacks, but they've got no cover in the midfield. They're playing that narrow diamond in there. So maybe we'll get a bit of luck down the flanks. So far so good though. You know what? If this game goes all the way through and ends 0-0, it'll be a commendable performance by the young lads that are on show today. And Celtic have taken a 1-0 lead away in Zagreb, so we're going to have both Old Firm teams in the group stage of the Champions League, barring anything disastrous happening to either of us. I'm going to bring on Davidson for Gallagher at half time. Give Davidson a wee 45 minutes, a wee half a game. Yeah, we're very pleased by the performance. You know, they've kept that 6-1 scoreline intact. Davidson on for Gallagher. We'll just batter in. Not exactly as exciting as when we have the main boys on. Mabude squaring it up though, and Dimitri Mitchell finishes it. I did not expect a goal that quickly. In the second half, 1-0 to Rangers, rotational side as well, and doing the business against a decent Spartak Moscow side. Are they the Russian champions actually at the moment? Let's have a wee check on that. No, Zenit. Spartak Moscow are second. So we will have put out second place in Ukraine and second place in Russia to get through. Ayoze Perez is on as well. You know, Brozovic, Ayoze Perez, Quincy Promise. These are not bad players that they have on their side. Fernando as well there in the midfield. Cabasele, centre back. You know, they've got a good side there. Fernando teeing up Quincy Promise, drives it, deflected. Charge down here. Houston on the move. Come on, Houston. Get us that second. Can he get a ball in? No, he's lost it to Brozovic. That's poor to go all that way and then lose it. And Douglas for Spartak, playing it forward now. Ball goes out wide. Amadou. Akers to put the ball in. Fernandez away. Brozovic tees it up, hits the bar. Whew. Come on, hold. I know I said that we don't really need to be getting the win here, but it will be disappointing if we can't hold all the way to the end. Paez, can we actually make it better? Wallace! Another decent save by the keeper. And for the last 10 minutes or so, let's throw Walter Molina up there. We'll put Davidson to the right. We'll put Walter Molina into his normal position on the left. You know, catching them on the break perhaps with Walter Molina down that left hand side, we could get a wee second goal. Benfica hammering Olympiacos 5-0. Celtic 2 goals to the good. Armstrong and Boney with their goals. The throw-in's intercepted. It's Molina. Oh, what a save. Walter Molina should be scoring there, but what a save that is. Paez's ball in is caught by the keeper. That's probably the last action, and it's exactly the same as the Dynamo Kiev game. A nice dogged performance from the squad. We were actually better today, I think. At Kiev, we were battered a little bit, managed to show some grit and hold on with us today. I think we've had the better of this game. It's been a strong, confident performance from these rotational players. And, you know, the goal from Mitchell, assisted by Dapo Mabudi, was a nice finish. And hopefully will give us a win if we can just hold for this minute here as Spartak Moscow probe forward. We will have won all 6 qualifying games if we hold on here, as it's whipped in, claimed by McCrory. And I feel this will be it. 30 seconds left. Fernandez, McCrory goes long to Davidson, header away. Fernando now, is there a sucker punch coming here? Oof, they get to the edge of our box and play it way back the way. Needless to say what the problem is for Spartak. Houston's block, Perez carries it out. It's got to be time now. Davidson switching, nobody's there. Time over. 1-0 victory for the rotational boys. Said before the game I'd be willing to accept a 2 or 3-0 defeat even here, and we've came away with a 1-0 win. Even I keep underestimating this squad and how good they're going to be, I think. We got 1.78 million for winning that, and we got 11.32 million for playing in the Champions League group stage. Of course, Celtic will also receive that money, so the Scottish League should get some advantages from this. We should be able to move forward a little bit with both us and Celtic getting all that money. 14 games won in a row is a new team record, which is nice. Manuel Riedel possible to Juve. Here's hoping not. Dapo Mabudi will not be going to Portsmouth. He'll be staying here. I'm hoping that Riedel signing a new contract will at least deter other clubs. We've been seeded 4th. Where are Celtic? Are they 4th as well? Celtic are indeed 4th. Let's draw all the groups then, and then we'll see what we can end up facing. Zenit, Monaco, Valencia. This will probably be the best group, actually. And we got it. Nice. What does Celtic get now? Sporting, Bayern and Napoli will be harsh. Nope. Barca, City and Porto will be brutal. Inter, Man United, Marseille's not too bad. Fenerbahce got PSG, Juve, Benfica's brutal. And that's what they got. Ouch. That is harsh. We've probably got the best group though. We could beat all 3 of those teams at home. Then all of a sudden you just need 1 or 2 results on the road there. And we could be qualifying. We could go top of that group even. I know Monaco are a good side. Zenit, well, we just knocked out the number 2 team in their league, 7-1 on aggregate, so we could do them, I think. Valencia, likewise a good team, but I don't think they're too much better than us when we play our first strength side, if at all. We're probably about on even keeling, I would say, with a team like Valencia. We have come a long way this summer. And even just between last summer and the January window, and those players we brought in, like Walter Molina, now really hitting the stride. Mabudi's still not for loan. Robbie McCrory will not be leaving, certainly not for 30 odd grand. You're talking about a player there in Robbie McCrory. Okay, looking at his stats, he doesn't look that great. Obviously, in real life, you don't have stats. In real life, a player who just played in a 1-0 victory away in the Champions League against the runners-up in the Russian league. Nobody's going to bid 30 odd grand for him in real life. Let's get serious here. You're talking a couple of £1 million for a player like that in reality. Regardless of how good anybody thinks he is, just the pure fact he played in that game, you're talking a couple of $1 million. But it's on to the Hearts game now, and I think we'll be pushed here. Actually, I think this will be our hardest game so far. Maybe the team will prove me wrong again, but I just think this will be our toughest test. Walter Molina wants a new deal. He still has 4 years left on his deal. Come on now, son. You're plenty of time running. You're not getting another one, even though he does deserve it. He's on 6.5 grand. He's one of our best players, and he's on 6.5 grand. Okay, so the rotation will get reversed. In comes Fulton. In comes Denswell, in comes Edelman, in comes Horta, in comes Molina, in comes Chiacheri, maybe he can go onto the bench, in comes Morelos, in comes Fassi, we'll leave Perez on the bench ahead of Jonas at the moment, in comes Byram, and that's us back to the full strength. So that's Fulton, Riedel, Denswell, Wallace, Byram, Edelman, Horta, Fassi, Chiacheri, Morelos and Molina. The team almost picks itself now. We've been missing this for a couple of seasons as well. I think a really, really good, solid team. You should have a starting 11 that more or less picks itself. Harry Cochrane looks okay, not particularly great. Come on, lads, show me what you can do to keep that run going. And this is a proper test now for the lads here at Tynecastle. Not an easy venue to come to. How are they going to get on? Let's see. Excuse me. They've already lasted longer than a lot of teams. A lot of teams are 3-0 down by the 6th minute. Cullen coming forward now. Across to Spence. He's got help on that right hand side. Vaughan. Cochrane. Out wide. It's a good ball. Hedges. Beats 2 of our men. They're queuing up for it. It's Cullen. What did I say? Hearts 1-0 up. 50th goal of his career for Cullen. Right, kick off right up the park, 1-1. Come on now. Molina, Horta, there's Byram. Switch it, there you go. Horta now again. Fassi's got some space. Edelman's and Akers. Drive it across. Drives it across. Morelos. Bang. The cheek of this mob to come here and put a goal past us. Unacceptable. Let's make sure they're punished for that. They don't seem to know the script, these guys. You're supposed to lay down for us. You're supposed to just take a hammering. Fassi, Molina, Edelman, Akers, shoots, scores. There you go. 2-1. Can you hear those Hearts supporters now? We need to be chasing A, a treble, and B, an invincible season. I think both of those things are within reach if we keep playing like we've started this season. Of course, the tests will be the Old Firm games at Celtic Park. They'll be tough. I still think we can. I think we can beat them every single time we play them now. Let's not forget we put what 8 past them the first time we ran into them when we were playing this way. Fassi's coming off for Paez just now. Paez, you know, Paez could shift Fassi. Fassi's not been the kind of revelation I thought he would be. Well done. Paez right in there. A couple of seconds on the park. He's putting in a strong challenge on Agyepong. Speaking of Agyepong, he lays it off to Hedges. Keeps going. Gets it back for McCart. Cut out by Paez. Fulton, long. Gives it away. That's a poor kick from Fulton. Hedges, Agyepong. Space for Vaughan. And instead of shooting, he cuts it back. Gets it again. Cuts it back. Suter, Vaughan. Back the way. Every pass Vaughan's playing is going back the way. Agyepong's cross is a good one. And Cullen, oof, glances it into the side of the net. His Hearts will not lie down. Paez. Right, let's get the third and kill this. Morelos! Flicked header over the goalkeeper. 3-1. And that Rangers win with both teams to score is looking a good bet once again. Every week this bet's coming up in the Scottish Premiership. We've got 20 minutes here. Tim Gallagher for Walter Molina and Dapo Mabudi for Alberto Chiacheri. Let's get those two boys some game time. Byram, Horta, Chiacheri across, cleared. Paez, Molina. Molina's last action before he comes off the pitch is to score number 10 for the season, make it 4-1 to Rangers. And that little early scare when Hearts went 1-0 up seems a long time ago now. Corner's flicked away, Morelos down in the chest, forward to Gallagher as Mabudi on the other side, and if not, why not? No, he clearly wasn't. Gallagher now holding it into the box. Too easy to cut that out. That was a break on there. We've just wasted it. Edelman now, header away again. Paez on the other side, go, there you go, Byram. It's a poor pass. Byram nicks it, crosses it, Gallagher smashes it home. 5-1, and once again we're on for 6. We never started like a house on fire this time, but it's been a floodgate situation. Second half, we've just a onslaught. We just poured the pressure on, and the cracks have appeared. Mabudi stands it up. Morelos, keeper, he's scrambled it off a line. And Jack Hamilton just keeping it out there. Almost 6. Looks like it's going to be 5-1. Cisse with the throw. Vaughan can be pinch it and break. It's Agyepong. It's well wide. Come on. Shooting like that, son. Come on. Suter with a nosebleed. Cochrane, Vaughan, Agipong, whips it, Fulton catches right up the park and on the break. Come on. It's gone out to Riedel, yep. Riedel right up the park. Horta, Mabudi, take him on. Takes him on. Angles a great cross. Tim Gallagher. We've got the 6th goal. And that's all 4 games to start the domestic season. All 4 league games start the domestic season. 6 goals in every single one of them. 4 games played. 24 goals scored. And this team is on fire at this point. Unreal. Our goal difference is 20 after 4 games. I don't think we'll keep up this pace all season, but what a pace we're setting at the start. Hartley disappointed at humbling defeat, and well he should be. Connor Moore once again not playing great for Partick, but again stats wise doing very well there. Hopefully he continues to develop. He's only 17, he's going to come back. He is going to be a player when he comes back as one of the strikers actually. Right, scouting. Let's have a wee look at any reports we've had coming in. Pelio Suarez there at the back. He looks a good player, Pelio Suarez, but he's below Murray Wallace. No sense in bringing in somebody that's not as good as Murray Wallace. Orel Mangala is a decent player in the middle of the park, but no need. Milan Skriniar would be a hell of a signing, but we can't compete with that wages. Those wages, pardon me, and that fee even. Alexander Isak would be far too much money. Let's go to Argentina. Look at their centre backs. Fabio Bottini at Boca Juniors looks a hell of a player. Are we just raiding Boca Juniors all the time here? Soldis Paez. Fassi never came from Boca Juniors apparently. Where'd he come from? He came from River Plate. Well, there you go. Any River Plate players worth signing? Doesn't look like it. Nah, let's just leave that. We'll see how Celtic... Oh no, in fact, Celtic have already played. They beat Kilmarnock 1-0, didn't they? So that'll do it for this episode. When we come back for the next episode, we'll be seeing out the transfer window. Well, hold on a minute. Do you know what? I've jumped the gun. Let's see the transfer window at this time. Why not? I don't think this episode's been running too long, has it? Nah, we're only about the 20-minute mark. We can keep going here. Let's keep batting away those bids for Manuel Riedel. He does have a new contract offer from ourselves on the table, a 5-year deal. Sadly, there will be a release clause, $22.5 million, as stipulated by his agent during contract negotiations. But hopefully, he'll sign that new contract, and then hopefully people will just go away and leave him alone. Reject those loan bids. Ivanildo Fernandez for 900k? I don't think so. Ivanildo Fernandez is a decent covering player. 17 grand he's on. Decent covering player. No longer transfer listed. I'm going to set him to backup instead of not needed. He could maybe go if we could find that centre back, but I just don't see it. Julen Herrera is a hell of a player at Man United. They paid 26 million. There's no way they're going to let him go for any price we can afford anyway. Let's look at Spain's youth squad. Any excellent prospects in there? Jose Carlos Hernandez on loan from Deportivo. We want a player we can get now, of course. Alberto Larrazabal. Maybe I shouldn't sign any of these players. Arturo Roman, I can say that. We can get them. Diego Porras. Just wanting to scout these players and see what they're like. Israel, we scouting him as well. A lot of the stats that we can see for these players look amazing thus far. Enrique Exposito at Leganes looks one of the good players, but he's just literally signed for them. Jake Samb, who's on Real Madrid's books. Antonio Jesus at Granada. One of these players has got to be a wee secret wonder kid. He's on loan. We won't be able to get him right now. Under 21s, that Julian Herrera's there. Tomas Poveda At Deportivo, he's wanted by Inter Milan. Okay, he's just jumped to the top of the list. Juan Luis Valle. Looks another good player. Barcelona signed him for 4 million way back when. And that'll be it for the centre backs down here, apart from Julen Sanchez, who we'd also like to get. Bilbao just signed him for 6.5 though. And in terms of the under 23s, there are none. So let's continue to bat away, the Manuel Riedel bids, and then maybe get one of these boys in. Manuel Riedel commits his future to Rangers, thank God, new 5-year deal. People still want him, but they're going to have to come in with the 22.5 now rather than 20. Much of a boost, but it's something. Asking for more than 30 million for that lad. There's no way he should be leaving for less than Leandro Letiri. Okay, a couple of boys playing for Scotland. Marcel Edelman wants to leave to join Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich haven't bid for you, son. So let's just ignore that for now. Just wait and see what happens. I appreciate your thoughts on the matter, but there's no bid made, no point talking till that changes. You're right, there's no need to talk about it yet, thank God. Let's just ignore it. Let's just put our hands over our eyes, bury our head in the sand, hope we get through the next couple of days without Bayern Munich actually coming in. Oh well. Peterborough wanting Mabudi, not going to happen. We're going to skip over that Bayern one for a wee second. Mitchell's not going on loan, Mabudi's not going on loan. Mitchell's not going on loan. And McCrory for 38.5k is not going to happen. Right, Edelman. What have they bid? 15.75 eventual money. No chance. Not in a million years. Now he's frustrated. I'm disappointed to block my transfer by Munich. This was a big chance to test myself in a better division. I'd like to be able to discuss if they bid again. Made my decision. You're going to have to get used to it. You're going nowhere. Concentrate on your football, and he accepts it. What a professional that boy is. I've just blocked a move for him to go back home to his native Germany and play for Bayern Munich. Consummate professional, that boy. Almost feel bad. Almost want to let him go to Bayern Munich now. Almost. Partick in for McCrory again at 47k. No, buzz off, Partick, man. Right, let's see, are our scout reports in yet? Well, it looks like they are. It looks like none of them are good enough. I don't believe that. Let's look at Arturo Roman. Okay, so we can't really play football. He can't really jump or head or anything. Look, there's no way that boy is only a 48 in terms of the recommendation. He would be a great player. Larrazabal looks okay. I mean, as we get more information on those lads, I suspect that those valuations are going to jump up a little bit, but nonetheless, it doesn't look like we're losing Manuel Riedel. So we're going to be keeping Ivanildo Fernandez. We're going to be keeping Manuel Riedel. No point getting a new boy in. Let's bin Robbie McCrory. God, I hate transfer deadline day when you're looking to not sell players. Robbie McCrory, I get right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm sick of these bids. Robbie McCrory, transfer status. Ugh, I can't set him unavailable. He's unavailable for loan, that's for damn sure. Dapo Mabudi, unavailable for loan. Where's Mitchell? Dimitri Mitchell, unavailable for loan. There we go. He's still transfer listed. Available to loan. I don't want to loan him. No interest in that. Come on. Let's just get to midnight, please. Hamilton makes another McCrory offer. Reject. St Johnson and a loan bid for Gallagher. Oh, well, it's another person we need to make unavailable for loan. We just need to hold on to Edelman and Riedel. And we've done it. Excellent. Cannot argue with that. Graham, Horta and Fulton all training well. Graham training very well actually, looking a right prospect now, the 17-year-old. Ian Fulton, 20-year-old veteran goalkeeper, training well, let's praise him. He's not been training all that well in recent months actually, so we need to let him know when he's done good. Lee Smith on loan from us, getting player of the month down there, but not really doing that great. Molina, player of the month, followed by Morelos, followed by Byram. Look at those average ratings. 9.02, 9.07, 8.8. I mean, ludicrous ratings. Is Molina training well? He is indeed. He's only 20 years old. Morelos is 26 now. Byram 28, of course. Molina, young player of the month. Then Russell Henderson on loan from Aberdeen at Ayr. And then Marcel Edelman. And then obviously Rangers Boss Award for us. So that is now going to be it. We've negotiated successfully the transfer window. If we look at our little transfer roundup here, we've brought in Rodrigo Fassi and Christian Paez. Really, I think, took that midfield to a new level and spent 11 million in the process. We've got rid of a lot of players. Bednarczyk gone to Partick. He's played the first 4 games, is playing pretty well for Partick. I think he's a decent lad for them. Andy Gilmore's away on loan. Zach Rudden to St Johnstone's, played the first 4, 2 goals and 2 assists. A very good, capable player for St Johnstone. Marco Milanese is at Ross County, played 5 games in the Championship, doing okay. I think he's a capable player for them too at that level. Ollie Cook's away to Crawley, played 4 games and is playing very well for them. Good for him. Daniel Podence is away to Brentford, played 3 Premier League games, has 1 assist, but isn't coping that well. Let's see, John McGinn has went over to Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga, played 1 game so far and coped okay in that. Letiz away to Roma, yet to make a competitive debut for them. And of course Danilo Cataldi's at Wolves. He's played 1 game in the Championship, starting and 2 off the bench, and has again coped okay. Total spending of 11 and income of 61, which leaves us with 35 million and a 70 odd grand wage budget to play with in January. So we've started really well this season, and it looks like a proper revolutionary season for us now. So as I say, next time we are away at Celtic Park before we kick off the Champions League, away over in St Petersburg against Zenit. So a huge episode next time. I'll see you guys for that one. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Please leave a like down below on the video if you have done. It was a great result against Spartak, and then for the young boys anyway, 1-0, good result for the young lads. And then coming from behind at Tynecastle to beat Hearts 6-1. Another great result, good resiliency actually from the team shown in that one to strike back right away when we went behind and to not let it bother us one bit as we continued to slap the Scottish teams around at the start of the season. Of course, if you want to subscribe to the channel, follow our series, I would be grateful for that. You know, we're up above the 250 mark now, which is absolutely sensational. Once again, I know I always prattle on about it, but I want to thank you guys for that and for the support here on the channel. But mostly just, as always, thank you for watching the videos, and I'll see you next time when we've got that huge Old Firm game at Parkhead, and then we're away in Russia in the Champions League. So I'll see you for that.